Nah, we live, bro. We live.
We live. Yes, people, welcome back to Weird and Wonderful. It is Wednesday, so you know what time it is. It is time for weird takes, weirder agendas. But today, it is January, of course. So we have a very, very special January transfer window, special for you guys. So yeah, man. Oh, whoops. Get my computer's bugging out.
Technical difficulties there.
Yeah, just get that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. But no, people. So what we're going to be doing today is we're gonna be taking a look at some of the players that Man United and Liverpool should be signing, or who we want to be signing. Let's be real, it's Liverpool. So you man are rummaging through the bargain bin, innit? So yeah, we'll be looking at who Man United need to sign. Because to be honest, it is drastic time. It should be drastic times, drastic agendas. To be fair,
that's what you might not on your knees right now. I'm seeing United fans on Twitter just crumble, fam.
But no, how you doing anyway? Before we jump into it, what you saying?
Yeah, bro, I'm good. I'm good. It's fucking chapping, man. I don't know what happened since the turn of the new year.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is part fancy dress. I'm coming as.
You need some yellow, mate. It's coming up.
Yeah. No, I come as Harry Redknapp himself, Mr. Wheeler Dealer. I didn't say it. I didn't coin that. But yeah, man. So I think a good way to start, maybe. Do you know what? Let's start with Liverpool, because this could be quite snappy, Ishmael. Tell me what players, not players, what positions should Liverpool be looking to address this January?
It's a mad one, isn't it? Because before the summer window shut, I was seeing Liverpool fans putting up little graphics of our whole squad being like squad depth. Yeah. These times I'm seeing one player covering 4 positions. I can't see Ox covering false 9, right wing, and centre mid. So already I was like, squad depth, yeah. I'm not really seeing the squad depth that you lot are talking about. I thought when Gini went, we need another midfielder. Obviously, we had Harvey Elliott break through the season, did really well till he got injured. Like, you can't really.
Ankle broke through too.
I allow it, man. That's not even funny. But anyway, you're a prick. Man's coming back on the energy already.
It just came. I thought you were gonna say it. Sorry.
But yeah, he was on amazing form. Curtis Jones was on good form as well. Yeah, bro, yellow card for you, fam. Yeah. He was on good form. He got some mad eye injury, then he got COVID. Like, so we've been unlucky with injuries. But long story short, we needed midfielders in the summer. I would still say we need a midfielder to come in. I think I was saying to you the other day, we're light in that DM area, because when Fabinho's prone to like a couple niggles here and there throughout the season, I don't really want to see Hendo in that deep line midfielder role anymore. Like, I feel like we kind of leveled up from that. Was like 17, 18 kind of vibes. Fabinho's not a standard in it. I'd like to see us go for like an up and coming, not up and coming, but like a midfielder who can kind of step in. I've seen we've been linked with Zachariah. He's decent. I think they're willing to sell him for like
8 mil,
something like that, because they're trying to smooch and Gladbach in it. I think his contract is up in the summer, so I think they're looking to get like a quick bit of change out of him. I'll take someone like that, someone who can like do the 6/8 role, similar to Gini, who's not going to want to start every game. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing something like that. But I think there's a few teams in for him. I think you lot might be in for him. I think City are in for him as well.
As we'll find out as this episode goes on, Man United are linked to a lot of players. Doesn't mean we sign them, but we get linked to them.
You should be active. I'm hearing 11 of your players are not happy at the moment. They want moves. But listen, we'll get on to United. Just to finish,
tell me more about the profile of player, because you said a bit something between a 6 and an 8. Do you not? From personally, I don't think you need a defensive midfielder. Sorry, let me say this. I don't think you need a defensive midfielder, but you think you need a 6 and an 8. I think with Fabinho. I mean, it'll be hard to attract. You might need to attract a younger, like you say, up and coming sort of midfielder to that's willing to hold the bench for a bit, but. I don't know if Zachariah is that sort of player anymore. He's what, 25 now.
I reckon he'll come and he'll not want to be like you. Right, I want to be starting every single game of the season. Like, he could do like our midfielder prone to injuries. Thiago, like, as good as he's been this season, bro. Like, this is like his fault. Man got a hip injury from being in isolation. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, your wife wasn't even with you. His wife and kids were like somewhere else. I know you weren't doing any madness. Like, man was. I don't know what he was on, but. He's had like 3-4 injuries this season. Hendo's not getting any younger. he's not getting that much better recently either. Fabinho's getting injuries. When he gets injured, Fabinho, he can't just come back into it and like slot straight in like a Matip. Like he takes like 3-4 games to warm up.
You say like a Matic?
Like a Matip. Let's say that. But listen, he like that's just the midfield. I still think we need a forward as well. If I'm being completely real, obviously Mane, Salah are off to AFCON at the moment. Wish them the very best. Obviously Naby Keita's gone as well, so that's another midfielder light. And then I think Divock's injured. They're not talking about when he's coming back, which that kind of worries me. We're either going to sell him. I think I said this on Monday Night Wonderful. We're either selling them or the injury is worse than we expected. Minamino's out as well. I'm not really hearing too much. Apparently they were meant to be back in training, but they're not yet. So as it stands, we've got Jota, who's been playing every single minute that under the sun right now, and his last game against Chelsea was a bit of a stink fest, if we're being real. Firmino's just come back from injury. He's had like 3 injuries this season. So, bro, it's looking peak. We need a forward and we need a midfielder, but I don't think we're getting either, if I'm being real.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to take me on to my next question, to be honest. Like, say you're FSG right now, yeah?
Yeah.
What are you prioritizing this January transfer window? Say you have free reign over this squad, over the incomings. Who are you looking to bring in terms of a profile of a striker? I know we've gone into the profile of midfielder. You want a defensive midfielder that can also play 6, or you can also play 8. Sorry, what sort of striker are you looking for? Because your front 3 aren't really strikers. Do you know what I mean? None of them are really strikers. Like,
I'd love
number 9. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, I'm not going to say the H word, because I saw that was circulating, I think this time last week on Twitter, that we're front runners. We're front runners FC. Like if the race was done on being the front runner and not actually winning the race, we'd be signed. We'd have Mbappe in our team right now, just kicking ball. Like I'm not trying to hear no front runner stuff until I see them at Anfield doing this with the shirt. I don't really try and pay too much attention.
Bro, you got more chance of signing LeBron James than Haaland, bro.
But see, like a Vlahovic, if we were we're not even in the talk, we're not even in the mix for that one at the moment. It seems to be like an Arsenal, Spurs. I'm hearing even Chelsea today. But if he could get a good old fashioned just go man up front, I'd like that. I think that could be the next, because Jota, next couple of years, I think he's going to shift. Well, he's better on the left anyway. But I think when Mane kind of continues to decline, he can go out there. If we go balls to the wall and sign a number 9, I'd be happy. But that's not happening. That's not happening in Jan. Definitely not.
So do you think you need a number 9 to replace Firmino long term, or is this?
Yeah, he's not any younger. He's going to be. I think he's the oldest out of the front 3. I think he might be 30, turning 31. We've seen him pick up a lot of injuries this season, which we never. He used to be the one out of the front 3. He'd play more for than not. So I think we need to be looking forward in it, but I don't think this window is going to be the one for that. But bro, I can only dream in it. I can only dream. I don't think we're signing anyone, to be honest. But
it's a notoriously hard window to find value. I mean, managers are always talking about it. Specifically, Man United managers, we always hear like it's hard to find value in a January transfer window. And to be fair, I can see the point. But maybe let's just before we move on to like Man United business as well. Just want to sort of evaluate and rate the chances of you signing those 3 players. In order as well. Can we get it in order? So you mentioned Vlahovic, Haaland, and Zakaria. And Mbappe. You mentioned Mbappe as well.
I mentioned him just that we were doing a bit of like reverse psychology in that one.
Actually, before we do that, maybe just drop some other centre midfield, any other central midfielders that are in your wish list. Forget
my personal wish list. Number 1, I think
there's a 30 young man.
Even if I want, even ahead of like forward in the summer, even ahead of like Haaland and Mbappe, if there's one player I want us to sign in the summer, bro, Jude Bellingham, yeah, bro, give this man the keys, yeah, give him the number 8 shirt. He is the real. I'm sorry, Naby, yeah, you're my dog, but he is the real heir to Steven Gerrard's number 8 shirt. Naby was just had it on loan, like the library book. He forgot to return it. But listen, Bellingham, when if he comes to Anfield. And then he said home for a second. If he comes to Anfield, we're good in it. We're good for a very, very, very long time. I think he's always talks about Gerrard being his idol as well. There's that video of Reece James when he's like picking his favorite England player, and Reece James picks Lampard. And he's like, nah, bruv, there's levels. Yeah, like he's like Lampard's good, but Gerrard's my goat.
That'd be scary, man. I'm not gonna lie.
If we can get Bellingham on the clock, bro. Our spines look. If we get Bellingham, Konate, this is like the future. Bellingham, Konate, and like a Vlahovic up front. We're really about this, but knowing us, we'll be getting some Austrian player from like the second division.
You're not gonna
wait through the Red Bull group, and then we'll sign him. It's gonna be one of them ones, isn't it?
The money you're gonna need to get him away from Dortmund. Remember what they did to us with Sancho?
I think he's worth 90 M's. I honestly think if he paid 90 M's for him, I'd be like, cool. I wouldn't say anything about it. I'll be like, yeah, all right. But it's more like who would have to sell to get that money up. For me, that's a little Naby with the deal and 60 M's. That should be calm, man. That should be good enough to seal the deal, in my opinion. I think Naby's
would take Naby.
Yeah, man. Return him back to the Bundesliga. He was
return him, with the receipt.
That's where he really did. That's where he really at Leipzig. He was one of the best midfielders in the league. Like no 6, no 8. He was just one of the best midfielders in the league. Maybe the Premier League the style of play. We've seen him break down quite a lot. Maybe just let him go back. Free him, man. Free him back to Bundesliga.
You know what it is? I don't think it's the Premier League. I think it's Liverpool. I think Liverpool's a very hard level to hit.
Yeah. Yeah. Thing is though, like I can never say he's been shit for us. He's just not been about enough. Like when he's been playing, he's not really had many stinkers. Apart from that Madrid one when he got hooked at half time. It was before half time, to be fair. But other than that, Naby's when he's been about, he's performed. Like I can't really. Obviously, he dunked on you like Old Trafford. That was one of his best performances I think I've seen for a long time.
Everyone was dunking on us at Old Trafford. This is like being like, he scored in pre-season. Doesn't matter. Everyone's scoring in pre-season.
Everyone was getting there. But yeah, listen, I think Bellingham, he's my number. If I can bring in one player right now to like take us to the next level, he's that guy. He's that
Chances
guy.
of signing him this window?
This window. What was this rating? Is it minuses or is it like
that's what it's saying?
How low can I go, man? This is
limbo thing.
Trust.
Cool.
We excited him.
So Jude Bellingham, obviously a bit more of a wishful signing for Liverpool. Who's quick,
I think we need a bit of an overhaul. So I'll take a Zakaria now and then take it because I think Ox needs to go. I'd Naby, like you've done your thing, but I think now if you want to really level up, we can't be seeing you play like 30% of our games, like this. And then like we've got Curtis and then obviously Elliot waiting as well. So I think we get 2 midfielders, bringing them two, but we're good.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott, you do look like you've got that next cycle pretty much ready to go. Curtis Jones haven't seen as much. He came on against Chelsea, but we haven't seen as much of him recently. Curtis Jones, yeah.
He picked up some mad like innocuous. I think someone like scratches iron training. So
fucking hell. Harvey Elliott.
See what I'm working with, bro.
Like, I got a paper cut in that. Harvey Elliott obviously was super impressive before his unfortunate injury. So it looks like if you got a Jude Bellingham added that to that midfield, that's the next 10, 15 years patterned. But no, look, if Zakaria would be the most realistic, would you say, out of those that list?
Yeah, only because he's going for like chicken change right now. Yeah, that's not even a club. We'll just slap the 6 million and be like, yo, like
hold that. That's yours. That's yours.
But as we already know, with Liverpool is 1 in 1 out. We're already hearing about Nat Phillips. He's kind of like the mid-table. He's like the mid-table. Like he's the
moving on to outgoings already.
The golden child. Say what's that?
You're moving on to outgoings already.
Bro, I told you, it's a short section.
Right, cool. Haaland, chances of getting Haaland this summer, this January.
0, bro. 0, minus.
Vlahovic?
1.
1, okay. 1. Jude Bellingham in January? Minus, we said minus, innit?
Yeah.
What about in summer?
Bellingham, I can see like a 6 out of 10 chance of that happening.
6 out of 10. That's
7. You got clock factor. If we win something this season, then there's something to hold on to. And I think we can get creative with a deal. We could, like I said, Naby plus 60 M's. That can work. Fam, do Naby Ox 60 M's. Bro, I don't care. Like, just get rid of him all. Get him for me. I don't care how he comes.
And then Zakaria this window. What are the chances, you think?
7. Like, it just depends. I guess it depends on wages. If he's got that as a like release clause or whatever, then it's just whoever can pay the most fees. But It depends what motivates him. If he wants to come and try and like get in the club project, then we've managed to get players like that way before. But I've also heard that we're not going to sign anyone, so it could be like that as well.
But what about if you go to the January transfer window? If you get into the summer, Zakaria is a free transfer. Are you still interested?
Bellingham is my number one summer target. It's like we'll just see how Lelane is after that. If he managed to get enough P's together, then yeah. But like Bellingham's the guy in it.
Nice. Right, cool. So should we jump into Man United? I feel like this is gonna be a bit of a
bro. I feel like you got a lot more to sort of chop up on this one, isn't it? Like, let's talk about let's. How do we want to start this? I guess just identify. Obviously, midfield is a given, but are there any other positions where you're like, we need to fix this thing right now? Like, this cannot wait till the summer.
So, not in terms of, like, this isn't necessarily in terms of transfers, but just positions that are problematic at Man United.
I've got his very ready. I've got a list.
So right back's a bit of a problem at the moment. Not to say that we haven't got solutions. That's what I'm trying to my point.
But you got problems.
We got solutions at the club, I think, but we got problems. Centre back, I think we've got problems. Mainly Harry Maguire still there.
Just quickly, sorry. How's Ethan Laird doing on loan? Is he like? Is he?
That's my right back. That's my right back.
Solution.
So this is what I'm trying to say with Ethan Laird. All right, cool. Do you know? Let's just hold Ethan. Centre mid. Central defensive midfield.
Just one centre mid.
Depends on outgoings as well. We'll get into bro. There's a lot of outgoings to get through as well. Remember that. Striker.
I'd come with a shopping list, you know. This is fun. This is too funny.
Striker, because I'll explain those reasons in a bit. I feel like we'll need a cam that can play left attacking midfield or right attacking midfield in the system that Rangnick wants to play. And then I think that's it. So I've got right back, centre mid, striker, and cam. So I think those positions,
right back, especially cam and striker.
Right back, centre mid, striker, cam.
Bro, that's basically you think you need a whole team, pretty much.
No, but that's this is my point though. Okay, cool. Now we've got the positions out the way. I'll start with right back in it. So right back. Where I'm at with our right back position is that I've seen Aaron Wan-Bissaka for a couple of seasons now. I think he's made minimal improvement going forward. His crossings got slightly better. I mean, we saw some glimpses of it against. I'm not gassing it up, but we saw some glimpses of it improving against who is it? Wolves. We saw some balls that nearly got onto Ronaldo's head, and that's
Ronaldo as well. My man's got the leap of a fucking fish.
That's an improvement for Wan-Bissaka. More time it's going straight over to the left wing. It's either going straight over to the left wing. He's kicking it with his left foot before he kicks it with his right foot, so he goes out goes for a goal kick, or he's hitting the first man. So that's an improvement for me, innit? That's an improvement. But
I think we spoke about this recently. Remember that little graphic I showed you? It was like Cancelo, Trent, and Reece James and Wan-Bissaka. Like that's the difference between the teams as well as the right backs. Like that's where it's really kind of like exemplified.
Yeah, I mean, those right backs, those full backs were taking it to another level. You got to take your hat off and be like, fair enough, boys.
He's not even in there, like. But anyway, keep going.
Look, let's not stick on Wan-Bissaka because I don't want to give him too much heat in it. Diogo Dalot, I think, has shown moments where he can kind of be like, he's a good attacking right back. Defensively, looks a bit suspect.
He got cooked a couple of times. He got
Danjuma and who else had him on the ropes?
Was it another one recently? He did a right against Zaha, I think.
Oh, Saint-Maximin.
Yeah.
Saint-Maximin, but that still was more. That goal was more Maguire's fault, in my opinion. But
he was doing some little stuff. Yeah, but he was moving mad. But yeah, go on.
Those two right backs for me. You put them together, you got a fucking banging right back. Do you know what I mean? Defensively solid, going forward, you've got someone who's got a bit more bravery and a bit more confidence than Aaron Wan-Bissaka. But for me, there is a right back that is better than both of these right backs. Better, but just a bit too young. And he's on loan at Swansea. Hopefully, should be getting recalled back so he can go out on a loan to Bournemouth, who are challenging for promotion. And that man is Ethan Laird. This kid, right? Ethan Laird was on loan at MK Dons last season. and I'm not. I was watching a couple of his highlight videos. I think it was during his loan last year, and he was just handling League One. League One looked like Sunday League to him. Like he was ripping past man.
What's he saying? Is he got the physique yet to like really go with like?
Has he got the?
I haven't really seen him. I haven't really seen him.
Physique. My man's rapid. He's rapid. Like he just has an incredible turn of pace, like acceleration and top speed. He knows what to do in the final third. He knows how to. He gets assists for fun. Like I think he got maybe not for fun, but like at that level with the quality of defense. He was pulling up trees, my friend, pulling up big old mahogany trees and shit. But no, he was really impressive on that loan. Then got the opportunity to go over to Swansea, who's done really well there, is impressed. And then now it looks like he's gonna he's getting bumped up a club. Like
has he been playing? Was he playing right wing back at Swansea? I might be wrong, but did Swansea play 5 at the back? Because I think Reece Williams was there as well. I'm pretty sure
he was playing right. I think he was playing right back. I don't think he was playing. I'm not sure he was. I don't think he was playing right wing back. But I think Swansea might have had a managerial change as well. Anyway, but Ethan Laird is looking like
he's the truth.
Yeah, like if he can handle the championship, he's handling the championship. If he can handle promotion challenging level of football, I want to see him come back into the club next summer and challenge for a first team place. Because best believe, I think he could have done that this season. I think he could have.
Let me put it to you like this then: do you still want to sign a right back as well then? Or you think
no, that's what I'm saying. My point is we need to. Our right back is a problem, but we have a solution already at the club.
But are you looking to get my point? My point was going to be: are you looking then to get rid of either Dalot or Wan-Bissaka, or are you going to just keep 3 right backs? Like,
no, I'd keep. I personally, you know how I feel about Wan-Bissaka. I think Wan-Bissaka needs to be a centre back, and I want him to be a centre back. I need him to be a centre back because
he needs to be a centre back, man.
Wan-Bissaka, I can't deal with, bro. Like for your own sanity, bro. I can't like have the crowd being like, oh, another time. Because you're playing right back in it. You're right by the touchline. You can hear these fans right there next to you being like, oh, for fuck's sake, man.
It is family.
Every time.
I think that's seeping into his game as well. Because as shit as he's been on the ball, I now think he's like almost playing within himself a little bit. He's like he don't really want to try and do like anything. I don't know what happened, bro. I always say, we always laugh. I don't know how this guy was a winger. Like, obviously, he moved back for obvious reasons, but I don't know how.
Academy football, bro. Academy level playing right wing compared to playing Premier League. Right,
bro. Like, still, there's basics to his game. I hear what you're saying, but there's basics to his game. Like, he's just like trapping the ball and like hitting your like a man. Like, that's not that's you got what level, bro.
You watch academy football. It's played at a completely different pace, and I actually like Man United. Obviously, I got a reason to watch academy football.
So you really think it's the pace that's making them just move like just so stiff like that?
It's a different level. It's a completely different level. Different, like obviously, I'm stating the obvious in it, but in terms of having time on the ball, in terms of like being able to run past man, fit the physicality of it, like he was probably breezing past man, had a second to wait for someone to run into the box and then play the ball. Like, look, he ultimately got moved to be a right back very early in it. It was like 18 he got told to be a right back. It's like if you had a chance of playing for the first team, you got to be playing right back. And Roy Hodgson was one who clocked it in it. So I'm not saying that Aaron Wan-Bissaka's done at right back. I just think maybe it's time to be thinking, can you be a better centre back for Man United? But that's like me saying Trent should be playing centre mid.
I was literally just gonna say it's funny how you want them both to move positions, but for different reasons. Like one's because you're just too much of a baller. Like we want you to be getting in the mix a bit more. The other one, like you just stay away.
It's just like, do you know what? It's like put Raphael Varane right back. He'd struggle as well. Or like put Matip right back. Some players like he's shown being by maybe
Matip's better than Wan-Bissaka on the board anywhere.
Not going forward. Not
dribbling
down the middle.
You've seen before.
Yeah. But like whipping a ball in, I haven't seen Matip do that in it anyway. But
true.
in terms of the reason why I want Aaron Wan-Bissaka to be moving into a centre-back position, Roy Hodgson called it perfectly. He was like, you're a better defending, son. You're a better defender. So now we're starting to realise that maybe you don't have to be a right back. You can be a centre-back.
My mum will be playing in goal in 5 years' time. Like, this is what's going on. What's going on here, man? Just keep your room further.
No, not that, man. But and then in terms of moving into the centre-back position at Man United, and now we're on the topic of centre-backs. You know what? I find I still can't. I need to. I don't think I impressed this point enough. Phil Jones, bruv. I'm so so happy for this guy. Like, and I look. I got to be honest and say that there were times I didn't want him at the club. There's still a part of me that was just a bit like, I haven't seen this man play in so long, and he's picking up 150 bags a week. Obviously, that's not his fault. But like it was a bit of a for a fan, you don't really get to see what's going on in it.
You just see the numbers and you're like, bro, this is not adding up at all. Like, I need to see you to,
But the poor guy, bro, he had his meniscus removed.
I see the thing you posted the other day.
That's a bit of cartilage that you. So basically, he's having. If you don't have cartilage, it softens the impact of your bones in it hitting each other. So my man had his cartilage, the meniscus removed. So he just had bone on bone in it, and so. My man's been playing in agony for like 3 years or something. So I'm mad.
I'm saying as well, you'll not do anything for Man United, which I was like, yeah, fair.
Yeah, bruv, I want him to get his testimonial now. I think not enough fans knew the story, and I don't think the club communicated that well enough because they should be. I don't know. He deserved for his story to be told and for him to not suffer in silence, innit? Because like now, all of the stories about him not being able to get his who'd come to my testimonial will just be my mum and my dad. Like, that's sad, isn't it? So I think the guy definitely deserves a testimonial at some point, and I want to see that happen. But my point is, Phil Jones played one game, 190 minutes this season, head and shoulders above any performance Harry Maguire's put in. Head and shoulders. Look, if we're on this Brexit thing and we want to have an English centre back, I'd rather see Phil Jones play for Man United than
give it Jones to end the season.
Give it Jones until his knee broke up again. Like that's what I'm on. That's the vibe I'm on.
You can't be having him and Bailly as 2 of your 4 centre backs. Like what are you trying to?
First choice should be Lindelof, Varane. And then Phil Jones, we can come in. Like Phil Jones, I'm happy to see Phil Jones come in and buy. But Phil Jones looked like he suits our style of play. My man was headering everything. He was aggressive, like front foot. We just couldn't replicate that anyway. Let's not get into Man United. Let's talk
about signings. What centre backs would you like in? I guess in January as well.
I don't really want to be signing centre backs. I think so. That takes. Thank you for bringing me back to the topic, Ishmael. Teden Mengi, who's going on loan to Brighton.
Man's really on this promoting youth thing. I like it. I'm here.
We're talking. If you want to know
United DNA.
That's what I'm talking about. People ask, "What is the United DNA?" That is ingrained in me, innit? Like the United DNA.
I was trying to say to him. I just want to quickly make this point because I don't want it to turn into like another. But this is what my point was always about Ollie. Like he never really backed the youth like that. I don't think he brought through Mason. Cool. Other than that, you've got man like flipping. Like you've got proper ballers. You've got proper ballers.
Yeah, he did though. He did that Europa League match against Ghana. We played the whole youth team, bruv. We played the whole youth team and Ashley Young and Jesse Lingard.
When was this, bro? It's like how long?
Just before lockdown. But he did try it, but obviously that's one of the areas where I fell out with Ollie in it. I was getting pissed off. I was like, "You're not doing enough. You're not doing enough at all." So yeah, I mean, and we've got a lot of talent. I'll go into the rest of the other positions as well, but especially at centre back, Teden Mengi, Axel Tuanzebe. I want to see Axel play at Napoli, come back. And then sort of see if he can establish his.
Were you that impressive? Were you that impressive him last? Was it last season?
Last season. I've not been that. I think the PSG game was the last game I've been impressed with him.
Did he not score an own goal against? Was it Villa or Burnley last season? Was it Villa?
But that wasn't his. It was against West Ham. I think he. It was unlucky. He just come on. No, he conceded the foul for the free kick, and it was that Everton goal when DCL.
There's a couple times he came in and I was like, you don't look really like
But no, Axel's the truth, man. Axel's the truth. He's still like 22. He's like Rashford's age, isn't it? So the man came through at the same time. So for centre backs, he's got pace, he's got strength, he's got enough about him. And I want to see what he can do at Napoli. In it, similar thing to Tomori, leave the country, get a bit of culture, learn some tactics
your thing,
from the Italian thing, innit? But I know in terms of centre backs, I don't want to be signing anyone, but these are positions that we need to address. But what were the other positions? Let me just get my
centre mid, cam, striker.
Centre mid. So centre mid, I'll go centre mid, centre CDM in it because it's a bit of a weird one. Like the way Rangnick wants to play, he wants 6 and 8s kind of. He kind of wants people to be defensively solid, but also who can arrive into the box. Do you know what? It's a similar thing. I want to make sure I'm preserving the young players coming through at United, innit? I want to make sure that there's a pathway. I don't want to be bulk buying all these centre mids and just having like Donny van der Beek sitting on the bench for no reason. Do you know what I mean? Whilst we play Scott McTominay.
He's surely got to be one of your outgoings. Like, he's got a future at United.
We'll get on to Donny in it, but in terms of like players that are coming through from Man United, I want to see. We got to see Hannibal. We got to see Hannibal at some point, bruv. After AFCON, obviously he's going to AFCON with Tunisia, but I want to see. I need to see Hannibal get some minutes, bruv. This kid is the truth. And like in terms of like having football IQ, like we posted that reel of Hannibal just ripping it up on the last game of the season against Wolves.
Yeah.
My man just nutmegging players that are like 10 years older than him. Like he doesn't care. He's playing in the Arab Cup final for Tunisia. Pretty much playing the full 90. And yeah, look, he's just, this kid is gonna go to the top. Like he's got that real like Zizou vibe. I
was gonna say, for those who might not know him, what other midfielders would you like compare him to?
I haven't seen a player win more fouls ever in my life, and a lot of the games I've watched him play are in academy football. So for academy coaches to be like, just take this kid out, like it shows you how good he is.
He's a problem.
Yeah,
why haven't you seen him yet? Really, like we saw obviously that Wolves game he played very well, but other than that, we've only seen glimpses here and there. I think he played a couple Champions League games, but.
He's 18. He's 18, and I think what they're doing with him in the academy, I think they're just getting him used to the physicality of English football. Like their man are taking him off the pitch when he's getting he's literally getting like lumps kicked out of him. Like if that happens to him in the Prem, he'll be protected a bit more by the referees, and clubs and teams won't be able to do that systematically. But I think it's about timing and when you want to bring him into the team, because right now. I wouldn't be giving him a debut just because I want him coming into a team.
A good team, yeah.
I mean, because that can fuck up players long time, and
as well as him with Fred, it's going to be looking a bit different. Like Do you
know what I mean? Like, but to be honest, I'd rather see a Hannibal, Jimmy Garner midfield next season than Scott and Fred. But not Fred. I ain't got a problem with anymore, innit? It's just Scott. Scott is just.
Even after that little pitch against Burnley, you're not having it. You're not having it.
No, because that's the thing. Like I said it on Monday Night Wonderball.
He'll do that.
He'll put in a performance. It's fine.
But because the Wolves one was looking a bit techie again. He was kind of reverting back to type in that game. Like
can't keep the ball. Like he's running into spaces where there ain't no space, or you're running into spaces, and he's just timing his runs badly, innit?
For me, this is the one thing I also like. Just quickly, this is the one thing I always get onto Oxford as well. Like, you can have a bad game, but I just don't hide from the ball, man. Like, honestly, I hate to see that. I hate to see players just hiding behind other players on the pitch. Like, if you're gonna have a stinker, like at least let me see you're doing. Like, Fred he'll be active and he'll still be playing shit. Same with someone like Hendo as well. Like, actually, it's different because he's captain, but at least he'll be present. If he's having a stinker, you can say, boom, he's doing mad stuff on the ball. I'd rather see that than the flipping like anonymous act. I ain't trying to see that at all. It's just not helpful for the team, man. But yeah, what are you saying?
In terms of like incomings, obviously I said that I'd like to see Hannibal and Jimmy Garner get some time. Jimmy Garner's doing really well on loan at Nottingham Forest. But what I want to see, I was excited about Haidara. Like Haidara,
that's gone a bit quiet recently, hasn't it?
It has. I think it's more of a January thing potentially, but he really impressed me when I was watching him play in the Champions League. I think it was against us like last season. He's done well, man. Haidara is a top player. I really like him. I think he's combative. He gets about the pitch really well. Similar to that, who's that player in Marseille that we've been I think it was not Sissoko. Is it not Dembele? He reminds me of Dembele. I can't remember what his name was. Is that Marseille midfielder? Anyway, but like it's these sorts of profiles of players that we're looking at.
Not the bait ones. You're not looking to be.
No, I don't. I want to play that's like, oh, that's a bar. When was the last time you looked back at a Man United signing and thought, oh, that was a bargain?
Bro, never. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you.
But it's been so long. Like when you look at the
Ferdinand person, you know, even then he's like he's an obvious one to be going for. But yeah,
when you look at like the Chicharitos, the Javier Hernandez's, the Ronaldo was even. I mean, I guess Ronaldo's a bargain at 12 mil as well. But Ronaldo at 12 mil, just players that are young that can develop. But that was part of our DNA as well. Not buying. We rarely ever spend money on the big time strikers, isn't it?
The two old dons up front, man. That you need. We'll get onto striker in it, but that's yeah.
But yeah, I think I want to see Haidara coming into Man United. I think he's the perfect player. Now is it Boubacar Kamara, who's that Marseille player who looks like a good player as well. His contract up in the summer as well, so he's the player that I'd be interested in looking at. Potentially in January, if we could get him in, or in the summer, I'll be interested to see what happens with him. But yeah, in terms of those midfield positions, it's a tricky one because we need to work out whether we're playing Ralph Ball or we're going to be playing new manager Ball, or if they're the same thing. Do you know what I mean? So
quick question. So say obviously Pogba now is free to talk to other clubs. Nothing's really been spoken on that as yet. If he comes out and says, "I'm not signing a new deal with United. I want to leave in the summer," would you look to move him on in this window and start the rebuild now, or you just like, nah, Pogba's one of our best players. We need to keep him.
Just bro. We're not like from a financial perspective. I don't think Man United need to sell him. I don't think we get the value we'd want to sell him this summer or this January. Sorry. So I keep Pogba, keep that contract offer on the table. And see if we saw
Madrid offer flipping, was it 200 M's for Mbappe, and he's in his last year. So if a team came in with like 40 mil, for example, a team desperate for a midfielder.
That's not life-changing money. Do you know what I mean? That's not money that Man United need. Like we can still do our business in the summer and lose Pogba in the free. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, maybe I've got a limit down. Man's thinking every little helps in that. I'll take a little 40 million right now, bro.
But Pogba's a Pogba in it. He's a top player. I want him to stay, but I think he's off. So that's central midfield is definitely a position we need to address.
Saying Kamara and Haidara then for your centre mids.
Kamara, Haidara, I like the look of. We've been roomed with those guys. Also Ndidi, I really want Ndidi. I saw Ndidi keep up with Salah. I don't remember that.
Him and Amato playing centre back. We made them look like flipping Desailly and flipping, I don't know.
Indeed, just talk to me in it. Let me know how you're feeling. What's the Midlands saying? Are you
you know, they already bumped you one time for Maguire, got their training complex. Maybe they want a new stadium next. Maybe they'll just slap a little 100 million on Ndidi. It's like home improvement. What do we need next in here? What can we bump Man United for this time? But you ain't getting him on the cheap.
No, I reckon 50, 60 mil. If we can get him for around that sort of money, then that's we're laughing. But no, let's move on away from midfielders. I know we've got a lot of stuff to chop up. Strikers. Before we go into outgoings, this is like the final position I wanted to wrap up. Strikers, we've been rumored a lot with Julian Alvarez. He's this Argentinian striker, about 21 years old, playing for River Plate. And according to YouTube, he is.
I'm gonna say the cops. The cops really look mad. Like I'm seeing like baby Alexis kind of vibes in him. Like he's got the South American he's about that. Like
he kind of reminds me of Aguero a little bit.
That's what I was gonna say as well. But in the box, just cold.
He hits the ball clean as well. So
how much what's the reported fee? It's like 20 M's or something like that.
17 million pounds. He's got a release clause.
Just like we were saying before, those are the kind of signings where you're like, raw, that's a snip. You went and dug man out of River Plate. No disrespect to them, but no one's not really watching Argentinian football like that all the time. So it's a snip. 17 M's as well. That's a snip. If you can get him and he comes to the Prem and does what he needs to do, then that'll be a good start to Rangnick Ball. But what I'm hearing, Newcastle are now in the race for him as well. United might not want to get bumped. Say Newcastle offer like 35 million, then what? Like then it's a wrap in it.
It don't matter. There's a release clause.
Will he want to go to Man United, or will he want to buy into the project of Newcastle, who are like
and get relegated?
Well, you never know, bro. If they go and do madness in this window, United are not looking too great at the moment.
Who knows, man? Who knows? But Julian Alvarez, if Newcastle get Julian Alvarez, that's a hell of a signing. But he's an exciting player, man. I'm excited, but I'm excited to see if that happens or if we're just getting used for clout again, which is not it's not an uncommon occurrence, isn't it? That happens quite a lot with Man United. So, but now Julian Alvarez, I think that transfer is dependent on Anthony Martial. If we can get a club to sign Martial, then we're in a decent position. We're in a decent position to sign Julian Alvarez, and I think that can happen very quickly, from what I understand. In it, the players interested. We're the head of the queue. The agents coming over to the UK, potentially to speak to Newcastle as well. But you know, if the agents like, I got two clubs interested, Man United and Newcastle United. I know which one I'm picking in it. That's not even.
I don't know, bro.
But no, I'm thinking like looking long term. Long term, looking at Mason Greenwood and Alvarez up front would be so mad. Alvarez and Mason Greenwood, two young up and coming players.
He's not getting the minutes I wanted for my boy. I'm not really seeing. I've not been impressed with not with him personally, with how he's developed, but I've not been impressed with how he's been managed this season. If I'm being completely honest, man's been used as a foil for Jadon and Rashford and Ronaldo and Cavani. Like he seems to be. He's an afterthought.
It's not quite accurate. He's not been a foil. He's been in. I think he had an injury, but he had COVID just at the end of like Ollie's reign. And if anything, Jadon couldn't get into the team because of Mason. He started to get the season so well, but I think he's fell victim of like COVID, of course, and then obviously the new manager leaving in it and wanting to play Cavani, Rashford up front. But I'm hoping that moving forward we get Greenwood more minutes up front, and we see Jadon Rack. I don't think I could see us playing Cavani, Rashford last 30 minutes, like Cavani, Ronaldo last for 8 minutes, but starting a game, I think we need to start with pace and intensity. So I'd want to see either Ronaldo and Cavani with Mason doing a whole like Karate Kid sort of vibe. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you remember the Jackie Chan, Jaden Smith little meme? That's what I want to be seeing in it.
I don't think him and CR have got that kind of vibe going on. To be fair,
no, Ronaldo did better.
A messy guy. I hear Greenwood's a messy guy. He likes that cultured left foot. He's not about this Sue business, fam.
You're joking, brother. There's not another player I can think of though. I can think of some others, but like right foot, left foot, as well as Ronaldo.
Santi, fam. Respect Santi.
No, right foot, left foot, like Ronaldo's another. That's another level.
That's what I'm saying. Ronaldo's he's not taking corners with his weak foot or free kicks. Let's.
Yeah, but he's banging goals. It's a lot harder.
When Ronaldo lost for a free kick, just quickly.
Fam, that's probably like Juventus.
He needs to relax on those set pieces. Stick to pens.
When Bruno's on the pitch, he takes free kicks, and he should take free kicks. But no, look, Rashford. I want to see Mason Greenwood with one of the two strikers. I want to see Julian Alvarez come into the club. That'll be a nice little bit of fresh air. Anthony Martial out the door. I don't want players that are going to want to be here in it. But let's just quickly move on to outgoings, because I mean, I say quickly, but Kieran Trippier has arrived at Newcastle training ground to complete his move.
Madness.
Oh, it's a loan. It's a straight loan. What?
I swear.
Well, that might be something else. I'm just seeing this. Napoli does not appear to have an option to purchase Axel Tuanzebe. Yeah, it's a straight loan. Okay, cool.
Yeah, what are you saying on thing? On
outgoings. I just want to cut across some players real quick. Jesse Lingard, Donny van der Beek, Anthony Martial. Who else?
Donny.
No, I think these are players that I think are looking to leave in it. I'm gonna evaluate whether they should or not. I'll start with Donny. I think Donny, for me, the thing with Donny is like, I thought once Ollie left, there'll be more chance of Ronaldo of Donny.
I thought he'd be straight in the side. I thought he'd be like, yo, I know you, I recognize you from Ajax days. Like,
I think Rangnick's formation just ain't suited to. It's like I think he wants to play him in one of the cam positions rather than in one of the like number 6 positions. And I think to get McTominay out that number 6 position, get Donny next to Matic, and we got a different team, innit? We got a player who knows how to fill space, who could play 1-2.
You're preaching to the converted here. I'm about like, for me. I feel like all your ballers, all your actual like technically gifted ballers, are always the ones that are like, are we really sure about him? Like Sancho should be guaranteed to start in every game. Greenwood every game. Pogba, I know he's been injured, but every game. Donny every game. Like these are men that should be playing every single minute. Like I feel like United are the only club who don't really recognize who their best players are. Every other team in the league, their best players play for them like week in, week out.
But no, I don't understand. To me, fans definitely do, but
to me, it's so crazy. But yeah,
it's a weird one. But Donny, I think more for his career rather than for Man United. I think he might need to start looking for another club.
Free him up.
But Donny, yeah, man, I think he's still that he could definitely contribute to Man United's team. But I think he's definitely probably got one eye on the exit door.
You can't be watching McFred play in front of you. I know you said he's seen as more of a 10, but you can't be watching McFred just dying out there every week in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but
it's a myth.
It's hard, isn't it? It's hard for him to see. But yeah, then moving on to sort of Jesse Lingard as well. My man needs to bounce.
This is your weird agenda, man.
No, it's not. Look, Jesse Lingard needs to go.
You turned the heel on your bro, man. It's
just look from the moment where he stopped playing for the badge on the chest and has been like posting West Ham pics. My man, he's one here.
It was one.
But he's on some toxic like breakup thing, isn't it? Like he's posting pictures of him in his new West Ham shirt, like it's his chick. Nah, I'm not on that, innit? Like just keep it peaceful, keep it harmonious. Remember the club may not give you everything. Yeah, remember that, and represent the club for the last 6 months. Like you wish you will. Like at the end of his career, trust me, he's gonna regret these last 6 months because he's just been some arrogant little kid who thinks you can just milli rock in the mirror and that'll be like the same as scoring a goal. Like he needs to pattern up. He needs to fix up these next 6 months because if you're trying to get a club and you're playing like this, you're gonna struggle, innit?
He's still got enough juice in the bank, I think. Even if he doesn't play again this season, I think he's still got enough juice to go and get.
What about the World Cup? When's the next chance he's going to play a World Cup? He's going to pray that Arsene Wenger gets his little biennial like World Cup thing coming through. I mean,
I can play like another 3 World Cups in his career then.
Yeah, but Joe, bro, he needs to pattern up, innit? So, yeah, man, I think I've been disappointed with him. He needs to leave for the sake of his career and the sake of his Man United legacy.
I feel like there was a broken promise in there because the way, like you said, he appears to have down tools. It doesn't look like because he's Manchester through as well. He's not like he came in through the door.
That's what's pissing me off, bro.
So it's a bit mad. I feel like you must have done him really, really dirty somehow. Maybe promised him a move and then blocked it or something like that. But like you said, there's no excuse really, I guess. But I think Jesse can get a good move this window or in summer. Yeah.
Well, I think he's gonna probably just hold it out till the end of the season and then just get a massive sign-on bonus because there's no transfer fee. But if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do, innit? So more power to him. It's just it's souring my sort of memory of him a little bit. This last 12 months are just. He's been pretty ineffective.
Hey, man's got a cup final winner, you know. Don't forget about Jesse.
But yeah,
you disowned my man from.
No, it's the performances. It's not about the guy in it. I love Jesse. Got a lot of time for him, but his performances have been abominable, genuinely abominable. But yeah, let's just move on to the last player. It's obvious he's on his way out, refusing to play for Man United essentially, and that is Anthony Martial. This one's a pretty snappy one. He's looking to move. It's just about finding the right club, the right transfer fee. And yeah, I think Anthony Martial's done a lot for Man United. I think that season he had after Project Restart, where he finished top scorer for us, his first season where he also finished top scorer for us. I just think there's been too many seasons in between where he's failed to replicate that form, and sometimes his body language can be a bit of a problem. His work ethic, and that affects the way fans and pundits view him when he's not scoring. So yeah, I think Anthony deserves a fresh start. I'll remember him really well. He's obviously done a lot for the club. That semi-final goal he's got against Crystal Palace is still to this day one of the most important goals post Fergie. Got us into the final of the FA Cup. But yeah, Anthony Martial, he hasn't hit the heights. We're not going to be paying 50 million because he didn't win the Ballon d'Or or we haven't won the Champions League. So he's looking like a 36 million bargain, isn't it? And then if we can recoup some of that money, then yeah, man, I'm happy to wish Anthony well in it. He seems like a good guy. Yeah, it's one of them things, isn't it? It's just time to go. It's time to go. He came when he was like what 8? Came when he was like 19.
He's been there for a minute.
6 years. So yeah, man, I wish him well in it. Anthony Martial, you've been a good servant to Man United. But yeah, I think one player I just want to say, especially that I hope Man United do not sign, is Erling Haaland. I hope he does not come anywhere near my club.
Is that a Viola thing?
All of them, all of his clients, just stay away. This next period of Man United has to be players like Julian Alvarez or like the Haidaras. That's what I want to see, because we have shown time and time again that we've got a good scouting department. When we stick to those uncut gems, do you know what I mean? Rather than going for the flipping the stars already that are in the sky. But yeah, man, that's pretty much the roundup for Man United's January transfer windows. Priorities for me: CDM, so CDM, and yeah, I would like to see a striker come in if Martial goes.
So you hold the midfield and then up front.
Haidara and Alvarez.
You think I can get you top 4 then? Yeah.
Yeah. I think we got enough in the squad to get us top 4 this season already without any additions. Yeah, it's. I think next season those are the positions we need to address. Especially with Cavani leaving, that's become more and more of a priority, that striker position. And we've known from the beginning of the season that CDM was always going to hold us back with a lack of like a proper CDM. And we got Matic, but a player that can play week in, week out. I think that's ultimately going to be the reason why Man United don't finish any higher than 4th.
Mad how you change your tune from the beginning of the season, bro.
It's football, isn't it, man? The world moves fast.
Life comes at you fast, fast. Look at me now. No title race, really, bro.
Hey, at least you're coming to terms with it, bro. I know it's a hard one for you.
I'm looking at the Carabao Cup semi-final thinking, bro, I can't even take this forfeit right now. Man's got to really be turning up for this. But listen, like I said, it ain't over till it's over. FSG, sign me someone, yeah. I'm not going to
give them more structure, bruv. Last time you said sign me someone, they got flipping.
I need to show you this. I need to show you this thing. Yeah, it's our last 9 signings. You're gonna crack up when you see it. Like the list is just too mad. I'll send it to you off camera because
yeah. It's another episode just on that list. But yeah, people, thank you for joining us for our January transfer window special. Hope you've enjoyed that. Make sure you get into the comments with any of the suggestions you've got. What clubs are you supporting? Who do you want to see us cover in another transfer window special? We'll try and keep on top of all the news and stuff, so expect us to go live if any major stuff happens. But
AFCON content as well. That'll be
that'll be coming soon
from Sunday, but
so drop in the comments as well if you're from one of the African nations that are in the African Cup of Nations. Let us know who you'll be supporting. I'm just going to be picking the nearest team to Eritrea and Ethiopia in it. So any East African team
Ethiopia in it. Yeah. Fam, some. This has been. I think they might even have made the competition bigger because I'm seeing some smaller countries in there. I'm like, yo, do your thing.
I say no more. I just assume that they're not in there.
Yeah,
Eritrea one day will be in there too.
I know how FSG moves. I want a scouting thing. I'm trying to uncover the next gem. So best believe I'm going to be watching some of the late games, the early games. I'm going to be all over it. But yeah, we'll be covering some stuff, bro. What are you saying? Rest of the day.
Yeah, man.
What news do you want to hear first? What if you're going to get one bit of news about United today? What's that? What? Just to end the show, what would you like to hear? Harry Maguire,
Anthony Martial seals a deal to Sevilla. Julian Alvarez in through the door, and Haidara. That'd be mad.
Yeah. Well, we ain't seeing that, but guys, we back like we said sometime this week, maybe. Who knows yet? Like, share, subscribe, get in the comments, like you said before. We out.
One sec. Wait, keep talking.
We ain't out. We're back in again. FSG, I beg you guys, please.